you establish responsibilities, you cannot change, or you cannot say something different 2 months later. So the big important is that you know your game plan, and every year you can change little things, but you, not the players, you have to respect your game plan, your play. Okay? There's 55 slides. I think it's going to take, this can take forever, because we talk about volleyball, can be forever for a season. But the idea is to have 55 slides, okay, and then go to the gym later, and at the gym I will do 5 exercises, trying to make the players understand some system. Okay. If we talk about the season, okay, the idea that I created the PowerPoint thinking that you have to remove little things, and you can add in the same PowerPoint. You can add welcome to Maccabi. Sorry, but I said I only know Maccabi. Okay, and then you have to put your little logo of the club and everything. Okay, this is the table of content of the talk today. The idea, when you start a season, you have to establish from the first day objectives. Something that is clear for the players. Be careful, because the objectives should not be your personal objectives. It's something that we have to share with the committee, you have to talk with the president, you have to understand the possibilities of the team, okay, and then create objectives. Then, after that, we will talk about tactics. The way that you want that the team plays in reception, plays and block, defense, attack, recycling, everything. Okay? So this is the base of the talk today. I think it will be like 2 hours also. Going directly to the objectives. As I said, create something that has to be a challenge for the players. So, if committee thing or president or whatever say that you maybe can be 4 in the championship, try to create a challenge to the player to fight for something else. The idea, right from the first day, first week, say, this is the main idea, play the finals. Then from the first week of the season, players, they know that they have to work to play the finals. What else as an objective of a team you can have? Create an identity. How do you want that your team is going to play? You want to be aggressive? You want that the team will fight or defend? Of course. You want to focus on the side out? Create something that anyone from outside can recognize your team and say, okay, this is the Charlie team. Charlie team is like this. They always risk with the high ball. Or, for example, they never attack the high ball. There are some teams, in some countries, some that they don't attack the high ball. With the high ball, they only dribble. So it's something that you see a team and you can recognize the essence of the coach. And if we talk about the objective, what else to add? Because now it's time to create something. What else? What do you think that could be important for a season that you have to create the objectives? Something else to add?
Attitude of the team. Like, we're going to be very aggressive most of the time, all the time. We're going to be a defense team.
Words, something that players, they will watch the PowerPoint and they will say, oh, wow, this motherfucker showed me a paper that we have to play the finals. You know, so the first day, it's, oof, we have to play the finals.
Maybe we can define stats.
Stats.
Yeah, like let's say 30% positive passing for the kids.
Yeah, this will be a part of a little part of the PowerPoint. Define the stats, yeah, but the team general objective, Keep learning, let's say, keep learning. Keep learning. Let's say.
Fighting team that never gives up.
Choose your words. Those words that is going to be written here in other slides is something that we have to repeat a lot. If you want that this is an objective, and the first day you put it on the face of the players, it's something that we have to repeat. Cannot be in a paper. Cannot be in a paper that, because when we finish the PowerPoint, before the meeting you send a PDF to the players and then they watch. Cannot be a word written in a paper. It's something that we have to repeat daily. Don't stop. Keep learning. We have to play the finals. When there is a shitty practice, at the end of the practice, there are many different ways to how to react for a bad practice. The best way is to remember the players, what for we practicing. We play sheet, so we did a sheet practice. Practice is finished. You can be hard with the players, or you can say, hey guys, remember that we practice to play the finals. And like this is impossible. It's a way to remember the clear objective. One player is not, it's like so, it's not pushing. You have to go to the player, you have to say, hey, keep learning. Because if you don't keep learning, you're going to be always in the same position. So everything is written here. We have to take it to the next level, and we have to talk to the players, directly to the players. Something else, and we will have as a objective of the team together. Together.
מודוס אולי.
Be together.
מודוס אולי
Be
שכחת
together.
עליו.
לא, זה לא אני שכחתי.
Team
זה
is team.
המצגת.
No?
אני יודע.
What else?
שכחת עליו. מודוס.
Body language. For you.
כאילו...
It's like this. The word that you're talking now is something that is important for you, that we have to export to the player, and they have to talk, try to talk the same language. Okay? So let's say...
לפעמים זה כאילו גול, מטרה.
body-
המשפט הראשון זה מטרה, כאילו, של קבוצה.
כאילו זה המטרה הכללית, זה מטרות קצת. זה המאמנים קצת יותר.
כן, אבל זה מטרה כללית, הוא רוצה שנרשום בתחילת הפלייבוק.
Finish.
להיות
כן, זה
בגמר.
המטרה.
This, an objective, an important,
בגלל זה הוא...
remember. You have to remember this game plan more than the players. After that, tell your players who are going to be the opponents. When they start the season, tell them. When you start the season, they need to know what they are going to do. So everything has to be organized. So what I like to do is to tell my team, okay, those are going to be the opponents. Magic. Sorry, I only say Maccabi, okay, but let's say.
No, it's perfect. Okay.
You write all your opponent or your main opponent for your opinion?
No, all the opponents.
Everyone.
Yeah, because you choose the opponents. Let's see what happens when you play with a team that is not in the Maccabi is not like this, right?
It's not never mind. Everyone understands. Okay.
Okay, sorry for the. But the idea is that write all the opponents of the season. At least you don't need a ranking from the most difficult for the worst difficult because you never know. But create a list of the teams. If you are going to play friendly games, 2, and if you play European competition, normally before the season starts, normally August, they do the lottery and teams they know who are they going to play. The European competition. Okay? Then after that, send the players a calendar. I'm sure that there is an internet calendar of the season, junior season, senior, it doesn't matter. The position, create or send the players in the same PDF a calendar of the game. The players, they need to know, they need to know when they play. They need to know the format. This is the modus for the season.
In Israel, it's not possible.
למה זה חשוב?
Israel, what?
שיהיה לך...
Not possible.
In the youth,
There
yeah.
is no.
למה זה חשוב
If
שיהיה
there is
לך...
not in internet, or try to do yourself. Because, for example, this one is from
אני לא
Switzerland.
עשיתי את הפלייבוק.
Switzerland is more easy. It's only 8 teams, and it's more easy to have this. You go to internet and then find put a PowerPoint. You know the 8 teams, then the quarterfinal, semi-final with all the dates. It's super important that the players they have to organize their lives.
Why it's important in your opinion that you will have the list of all the teams in the league?
Have the list.
Yeah.
Why
the
it's
opponents.
important?
Why it's important?
Yeah.
Because it's the opponent. We are going to play against Maccabi or against somebody. And it's important that the players, they need to know the organization of the games.
It's like mental preparation.
Let's say.
Okay.
They need to know everything. There is nothing that little things that I keep in my pocket. In a season, okay, I like to share everything with the players. Even at the beginning of the season, what I send to, that is not here, is the full calendar, all the practice of the season. All the practice. Gym practice, fitness practice, free weekends, free mornings. And before the season starts, it's computer, and then prepare all the season. Even when I send this, players, they go to December to check the free vacation of the holidays of December. They need to know everything. Everything. Okay, after that, we show the calendar to the player, at least at some point, not in a general rules that should be written and other rules that normal rules. Okay? But the idea is to tell the players the basic rules. It should be something like this. Respect. It's not respect the coach, it's not respect the club, it's not respect the material, respect the teammate, it's respect. Something that is basic, not only in a team, anywhere you go, you have to respect everything that you do. Everything. They use the telephone. How do we use the telephone? So I put mobile because I will tell you my way to do it. For example, it's not you cannot use it when the team is together. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. After that, please no sound or not to disturb, and then finish. It's something that they are going to use. It's something that I use to send info to the players. We will see at the end the way I like to send info to the players. But for me, no breakfast, no lunch, and no dinner. You cannot use it. Anything, you cannot use it. And then please no sound when the team is together. That's all. Respect the timetable and practice activities. Just be on time. Try to be on time. But be on time, you have to be ready when the practice is going to start. Take care of the material, about the balls, about the block machine, serve machine, about the t-shirt, everything you have to take care. This is simple rules. Professional behavior, don't do something stupid. Nutrition, as a part of the way that the players they have to rest to recover for the next practice. And then I would like to listen from you what is important for you for here to add. What do you think that for you is important for a season, as a rule? I would like to understand a bit of philosophy in Israel. What do you think that is not written here that can be important for a team as a rule? Something that they should not do. And it's so important that has to be written in the playbook of the season.
How they take care of the body when they come to practice, how they go to physio.
Put it in 2 words. Rest.
teammates.
Support the teammates.
It's more like behavior, you know.
Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And we said, take care of yourself.
Prepare to practice or
See, can be take care of yourself in a sense. And you said,
I said support your teammates. Be a
Or
team.
play as a team.
yeah, let's say like this,
everything stay in the club. In the team.
what happen in the club, stay in the club, like in Las Vegas.
Not really, not
No?
really.
So don't tell when somebody fight in practice,
Yes.
it's like in Real Madrid, this kind of happen.
Then in the dressing room,
Mourinho.
stay in the dressing room.
Let's say, keep things,
That's in
keep things inside. To be more, maybe more polite. It's okay. Whatever you think that is important for the players to know, for another season. And then systems. After that you talk about the objectives, that is so important that you create some rules, that the rules that you are going to write in your PowerPoint is the way you like, the way you live. The way you act in life is exactly what you are going to write in the basic rules and objectives and everything. But now there is a moment that we have to put the players in the position. Now there is a moment that for reception, attack, service, block, we have to tell the players that it's not here, it's here. And with this, we are going to, as you saw or not, the PowerPoint is almost down. We have the players and the position that we have to move like a little things. It's going to be easy. But there is a moment that we have to organize the team and tell them, when this happens, you have to be here. And when this happens, you have to be there. Okay? So, the first is going to be reception. And with the reception, that reception can be many different situations. We are going to take the main important things. Because the reception can be float reception or spin reception. You can do the float reception with 3 players or with, we say 2+1. I don't know what's the name of, how do you use here, the 2+1 or when you hide somebody that is not so good.
2.5 or
2.5.
but you can call it anyway.
Exactly. These two, because I want to know the code here. But if you say 2.5 is going to be 2+1. 2 players plus 1, that is the one that we are going to hide. So, and in this situation can happen from serving position 1 or serving position 5. You can be in setter 1 that is different than setter 6. Okay? So we are going to take the main important things and then during the season little things happen. Can be a spin serve. Spin serve you cannot receive with 2 players or 2+1, but you can receive with 3 players or 4 players. And the serve can come from position 1 normally or from position 5. And in any situation, the team needs to know how to react. In every skill, like reception and attack, we are going to create, again, a part that is, we talk about technique, that we talk about tactic, and we talk about philosophy. When we coach one player for reception, yeah, there are many things to talk about, many. If they have to open the hip, receive lateral, if the what leg is front, the one is going to push, what leg is lateral, to push to the other side, this movement front. There are many things, but there is something about the technique that we have to repeat a lot. The same that with the rules, or the same that with the objectives. It's something, there is something with the technique, with the tactic, and with the philosophy that we have to repeat a lot, like this, we know is going to happen. Questions?
Yeah. technique also for professional player?
See?
If you have a player 35 years old, 25 years professional, tell you I like to receive it left leg before, and the other one say exactly the opposite. What you say to this
The only
players?
difference between 20 years old and 35 years old is that you have to coach the player to do everything, and then the 35 years old in the game is free to do what he wants.
Okay.
And the 20 years old is not.
Okay.
If
So
you believe in your technique, and then you say, this player, for example, in reception, something that I like, and it's okay, that when the serve is coming, when the serve is coming flop, flop serve, okay? We have a receiver in position 5. What I normally do, if I say, you need three players, we do now, these players have 3 meters. And in my system, these players have 3 meters. But inside my system, he's free to move. I always say, I have a system, respect my system. Don't move outside my system. But inside my system, you are free to move. So, what happened? That player with 35, so, let's say more.
this is tactic or technique? Technique. Because from my
This
opinion,
is technique inside the tactic.
technique inside it.
This is
Okay.
not
Okay.
this is
Technique.
No, but this is a tactic rule, and they can do some technical inside the
This
tactic.
is tactic.
Yeah.
That you tell the players, you have 3 minutes.
team technique.
And any ball that is here, anywhere is yours. And then technique is what you say, Safranovich. You say Safranovich. It's pronounced correctly, no?
Yeah, perfect.
This is your place. And then you forget it. Because Safranovich, what is going to do? He's going to be, imagine here, because he knows that from here he can do everything. He knows his abilities. But in practice, I practice Safranovich to do something else. To go front, to do this, to go lateral, to go this side or this side. He has to do everything. And in the game, he's free to move. But 20 years old, for me, for example, I take a receiver here. Facing the center. This is the way you do. Okay? So they are not facing the server with a float serve. They are facing the center. And from this position, I coach my player to move this leg or this leg depending the reception. If they are going to receive setting. But to the same player, I coach him to be here and to receive this lateral. And with the same player, I coach him here to receive this lateral, to receive from this position, to receive this ball. And then I will understand his abilities depending on his technique.
Okay.
And then some players, they are good pushing with the left, they are good pushing to inside, and there are other players that they lose coordination, and they prefer to be here, and it's better to receive to the other side.
So it's not basically the same technique for everyone. Not the same technique for everyone. We need to
I
understand
coach
together the
different
technique.
technique,
Okay.
to solve this situation. I coach different technique. I teach different, and depending on the different, the players will know I'm good at the right. So I prefer to be like this. I cover my left, but always inside my system. Okay? So about the technique, 2 important things, because I'm not going to write all the technique that they have to do. This is impossible. About the technique, what we will say? Full yes or yes, full arm extension. this is something that, okay, you can, well, you go to Ready Pro or some receiver like super, hyper, mega, extremely excelsior talent, Now they do like this, and they put the ball. So, the rest, the 99.9% of the ball, then is full extension of the arms, and leg first. Players who are in the position, and the first they do is to do like this. What I tell you, first the legs, because this is soft. To move the arm is the fastest thing, one of the fastest things that we can do. Move the arm is easy. Difficult to move the legs. So these two words, full arm extension, what for? To avoid this reception, okay, or to avoid this. I talk about full arm extension, full, and then leg first. This is my obsession about the technique. And then I will coach my player to move the legs this way. There is a kind of pivot that I like to solve some situation, but then this is in the practice. Okay? About the tactic, it's a question.
No, it's not a question. So we're talking about code words, so that you can tell your players to remind them technique. This is the rules for your technique, but if the player she doesn't move first, so you say legs first.
Legs first.
Just to remind code words not to use.
Exactly, code words, like they have to. Because there is a moment that if you repeat that so much, there is a moment that she make a mistake, and inside or even outside, she will say, fuck, I didn't move my legs. And this is the point that we want to get. To make the players understand when something happened and you are not there. Because if you are there, it's easy. You say leg first, full extension, or pivot, or don't let the ball go inside, whatever technique you're talking about. The most important thing is that once you repeat a lot, they understand. Let's say the mistake. But two things important with the legs. With the tactic, keep the ball in our side. Could be simple, but the extension of that is that tell the players, if you are in a good position, okay, put the ball in system, but if you are in a wrong position, in a shit position, the ball is too fast, or the ball is lateral, or the ball is more than this line, keep the ball in our side. Because sometimes what they want to do is to take the ball to the net, and then we make mistake to the other side. Understand the system, okay? So they have to understand the system. It's something that we have to paint in the code and repeat. And about philosophy, let's say 60%. We were talking about the stats over a bit. 60% in system. Yeah, say 40, 50, or our philosophy avoid big mistakes. Something that you have to change. For the independent championship, you can ask the players to be 60 or 70 or 40 or choose. And they have to think that when they check recitals, they need to know, as a philosophy, that when they are reciting, they are not reciting for them. It's something I repeat my players. You are not reciting for you, for the game is finished, you go to the stat and you see, I have a 65% coach. It's not for you. Every time that you touch in reception, this ball is not for you. It's for the attacking system of the team. It's for attack, it's for the side out, to improve the side out. So, let's say, philosophy.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, I want to create the mentality of the players that when they do things, it's not for them. A receiver is receiving. It's 60%, 70%, it's not making mistakes. And then what I want is when the game is finished, they don't watch the quality of the reception, they have to watch the quality of the side out with double positive and positive. There is one important, super important number after a game, is that after a reception, what happens? Let's say this is double positive and positive, right? Double positive and positive is in this area. So when we finish the game, we see the side out. Side out of the team. Everybody wants the side out of the team is 60%. Okay? Like the total. With any kind of receptor. But there is an important number for me, that is what happened with the side out when reception was there. This is an important number. For me, near 80. With this one.
You're talking about first ball set out.
First ball set out. Near 80. With a hyper mega easy reception, 8 out of 10. With this one, then we go 70 with this reception. The ball is positive. Okay? So because when a game is finished, I want my players think, okay, side out of this but imagine that with this ball, with those two balls, we have like 75. We have a number. But after 100 reception in a game, we have 100 reception, okay, and only 50% was this one. If I am a receiver, I will say, fuck, we are so good with this reception, with the perfect, with the double positive reception, we are so good that my effort is going to put more balls in double positive. This is why I like the players understand not what they do, it's how much they help the others. Because a receiver, after receiving inside the system and inside the system, we have 75%. That is a nice number, super nice number. They have to think: if I receive better, no, if I attack, no, if I serve, no, if I receive better, the team is doing good with the reception. We are going to increase the number of balls in those situations. Okay, so time to set up the players. Time to organize the player. We saw before what to do when we receive float service from position 1, and we are going to use 3 receivers. For me, what I like to do is this. I take, for this player on the line, we take 3 meters. This is something that you have to change depending on what you think. Service coming from position 1. Okay? I want my players to stay here, this player, and as I said before, let's Safarnovic be whatever he wants. And then we try to organize jump players depending on his ability. And then 3 meters for this player. What I like to do is that this player here, let's say residing in position 1, he's responsible of the corner, and he should not step to inside. He has to keep position, and from this position, he can receive at his line, that is his diagonal, between the server and the corner, okay? And he has to stay in the position. And from his position, he can receive his body position, let's say to outside, because inside we could say there is the libero there. And then we do like this, we take the position, we take the player, and we do like this. And this is the way I like, that with 3 receivers, my team organize the reception. 1 player, 3 meters, 1 player at the diagonal, that he's responsible of the diagonal, he cannot move, he should not move to inside, okay? And then libero in between to receive those lateral shots. Yes, there is something missing in reception.
The middle.
What is
The middle is
The opposite, the middle.
Middle are missing. It's difficult to create a game plan with everything, because what happens in the middle. Middle can be position 4, middle can be position 2, and you cannot show the player 20 slides of reception. this is the way I like in this situation. What happens when the reception is the service is from position 1, again, is from position 1, and we are going to do 2.5 or 2 plus 1. What we do with that? What I'd like to do is that this player has no 3 meters, this player has, let's say, 1 meter and a half. We are going to do later in the practice. 1 meter and a half. What happens? That this corner that is going to be here. You tack, tack, tack. The most difficult serve normally is at the diagonal. Now the player has to receive this ball at the corner at his level. Because before he had the ball, the chest, and he can move front, he can move back, but he has between the server and the corner, he was in between. Now what we do is we move the player, and he knows that the corner of the game, exactly the corner, is at his right. And then we move the, let's say the libero to this position. And this player is a little bit big, so we make it smaller. And then he's free to stay here or to stay here. Let's say it's a player that he will start in front, he's 2.5, we put him near the line, he stay there, he's going to receive setting, and then we organize the player. In case of what happens when the serve is coming from 5? When the serve is coming from 5, we do something similar. What we do? That we take the same. The starting point of the server, and then the corner, and then we take this player that he can be. This player he can be or front if he wants to receive setting, okay? Or he can be a bit back if he wants to receive a bucket or manchette, okay? And then what we do? We take this player, well, we take this player front, and he's going to have 3 meters, the same 3 meters, okay? And then we will add the libero in the center of the court. What I tell this player, is that he cannot step inside. He has the corner at the back, depending on the server. He take a position that at the beginning, what they do like this. But after they have some repetition, they know exactly what is the corner. So from this position, my players, they know that they can receive lateral, but they cannot step to inside. So I try to avoid my players that to step to inside, because if they have to step to inside, they is not the ball. You have to receive from your position here or here, and then from this position, after reception, right leg has to go to attack.
So
Receive
he's front row.
and attack.
This player is front row.
This player is from corner.
You don't want
Now it's from row.
you don't want them stepping in because of the attack or because of the reception?
Because of the attack.
Okay.
I organize in this situation, I organize my player depending. Okay, you have these responsibilities because attacking fast is important. We will see when attacking fast is important. So take a position that after the reception, in any position that you are, this leg, the right one, has to attack the leg. Attack, attack. Of course, this kind of technique is something that we cannot add to the PowerPoint. No, it can be here till 2 weeks. Okay?
So in the same point, so you have like certain rules, I don't know if you write the ones in the PowerPoint, like in this kind of situation, we're taking left.
We are taking left.
Yes.
There is no right left.
You're not saying like rules, okay, because it's front row, that everybody's taking the responsibility on your left side, not your right side.
No. Even with the jump serve, they have 2 sides. Some things they do, not some, many, a lot, that that they receive from the position to the left or from the position to the right. It's okay. It's something that you have to add to your program. But for me, what they have is areas. And inside this area, they are free to move. Okay? So for example, this player, for sure, he cannot receive inside. So he has from his body position to inside. But the libero has to receive this one, and he has to receive this one. Let's say this one. So he has right and left. And for this player, what happens when we do the circle is coming from 5, and we have 2 plus 1 or 2.5. What we do? So we take the line of the corner as a reference. Let's say we do like this. The starting point of the server. We take the corner as a reference. We take a player that small player that we want to, let's say, hide. We put the player there, like say, don't disturb. We take the player, the libero, let's say libero, and now libero is going to be responsible of the corner in case of 2 plus 1. And then we take this player that before he had 3 meters, and now he's going to have 4 meters. Let's say more or less there, almost let's say this side. Okay, and then we do like this. We make it beautiful. We make the players be in front because it's broad. It's okay. And now this corner, he's not going to be responsible. He's going to be responsible. So the difference between this situation that we receive 3 or this situation that we decide to receive 2 plus 1. But in both situations, I like to take the corner as a reference. Sorry. No, I thought you.
Because you said 2 years ago, that when you're training, also you put the lines in the court, like tape, show it. So something that you take that, you put it on the floor, and then they know.
Exactly. We will do today, one of the exercises that we are going today is maybe, I think I have one more that is bigger. To explain that the best way, to Safranovic, he doesn't need to know. I always say Safranovic, for his. He understands the spaces. 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, some 22. We have to paint on the floor. Maybe you know this thing that you paint in the old whiteboard that you have to paint and then clean it.
Gear.
What do you call it? Chalk. You take the chalk and then you paint on the floor, and you have this thing. It's easy because it's easy to see and it's easy to remove. And then you have to paint on the floor. Okay, this is your area. So they do like this. They say, oh fuck, this is my place. And they understand this is space. We are going to do today. And then from that point, they are going to at least try to respect your system. In this situation, as I said, the difference between position 5 is committed. See, position 5 is in reception. Okay, so he is going to be in this position. This position is too far, okay? Let's say that this player, I should be here. But it's okay. But in this diagonal, he's free to move. And if we change from 3 to 2 plus 1, then he's not in the diagonal, he frees. Let's say he frees the diagonal. And then this diagonal is for this player, so he knows that he has a step and a half is going to receive this difficult. Okay. Yeah. After that, there are some situations, many situations, where the players they cannot start here. He can start more near the diagonal. Okay. Let's say that there is a team. Imagine there is a team selling so fast in diagonal that the player in 5, they say, hey Charlie, here I have trouble to get this ball. We step left, then he step left, and then he step left, and then we cover the space different. But for me, the diagonal as the reference in the float reception. Okay, we are going to change to jump serve, but can happen many different. What happens, for example, what happens if there is a serve from 5, but the plus one is we are in P1. What we do in P1? What we do in P1, we put this player here, we do like this, then the plus one should be like this. Meter and a half. And then this space should be like meter and a half. You can pay, tack, tack. Then we take this player that is sorry. Like this. We take I need the glasses. We take this player, we move it to here, and then this player is in position 5. It's not wrong. It's in 5 because in P1, this is receiver from that is in 2. This is receiver that is in position 5. So the diagonal is this diagonal. Then we do like this, and the 2 plus 1, we make it different. So those are adaptation to the system, depending who is going to be the plus 1. Okay. Charlie, what happened with the jump serve?
What is the percentage of in higher levels that you have in play of jump service? How many men are still? How many men?
לא, אבל זה אותו דבר, תמיד אותו עיקרון.
Seniors are playing flow.
2 פלוס 1 פלוס 1 זה
As
שאנחנו...
serve flow.
In everything, starting D on the ball, there is always
לאו
one.
דווקא הם לא בחמש.
כן, הוא הראה שם באחד.
זהו, אז כאילו לפי רמת שחקן.
Always there is
הלובי של
some percent that is 1 or 2 floater always on
What
top.
I see in the national team, we heard that almost the little players are playing much or hybrid or jumping, almost everybody.
Yeah.
So over 80% of the times you are dealing with the jump service.
To the jump serve. Yeah, there are some teams at this level we are talking about middles. Normally middle are in charge of the flow. Sometimes the setter too. And normally the opposite and reserve, like in history, the jump serve it was only opposite and reserve. Because there was a kind of a coordination that they need to do this action. Now the coordination level of the player has grown up, and then middle can do it. But always, at any championship, okay, you go to BNL, or you see Brazil, Canada, or there's a big percent of hybrid serve, and every time less percent of the flow. But maybe 1 or 2, you have it. At least you have a system for them to operate. And now with the jump serve, that is exactly it's the big problem of the reception, because there are many teams serving and risking. Now every time the team they play faster, and it's more difficult to block. So every time that you open the reception is so good for the team. I always say that the middle of the 80s and 90s we changed the ball. It was not the setters, it was not the coaches. The middles of the 80s and 90s we changed. I said me too. Why not? We changed the volleyball because before that it was like McDonald's, the sign of McDonald's.
Yeah.
So the sets they were like this, and then we settled. They start to fight with the middle. Middle before they were like slow. Everything was slow, but every time the middle were faster, smarter, clever, and technique. So there was a fight that is not finished yet. There is a fight not finished yet. That is how fast the setter can set. That is faster than the middle. And that's why the middle will change the ball. Because now the ball is every time faster there is only one reason to play fast. Because they are going to be, position 2 is going to block position 4. And our position 4 is going to block the opposite. But there is only one fight for the setter, is to set faster than the middle legs. A fast ball between a normal position, let's say this position that the setter is in, let's say in this position. A setting position 4, how fast could be? Of course, under a second. For sure, under a second. Fast should be 0.70, 0.75. This is a fast one. But how we measure the middle, the speed of the middle? I do. There is something that I like to do, to measure the speed of the middle. The way they move to the left and the way they move to the right. And it's different. And normally it's different because of injury on the knee or injury on the ankle. The way they push that side and this side is different. Okay? Anyway, let's move because if not, we don't finish. Jump serve. Service from position 1, that is most normal, with 3 recitals. What I like to do is to put those 3 players together, like really together. So we do like this. We take position 1. Sorry. We take position 1, position 6. And position 5 together. Let's say facing the receiver. And for me, this side and this side is different. It's not reception. I put my blade so close, so close, that those lateral, this lateral, and this lateral is different. Because what I want to do, that there is no mistake in between. And how they move. Talking about responsibility that you were asking before, the way I take this situation, let's take, I want to take this line. It's like this. They receive like this.
Yeah.
So 6 goes in front of 1.
So in this situation, the way use your system, do whatever you want in your situation. The way I share responsibility is that we cross like this. For me, there is no right and left. And then, okay, you put together some 2 players that they have a negotiation in between them. Okay, step aside and let them do it. You know, you have a libero for national team. Imagine, to take an example. Libero for national team is a good libero. It's a good libero. And you put Safranovic. Okay, pay attention to the others and let them organize themselves. But if we are creating players, okay, the way I like to do the system is this is different because with a lateral and arms is not enough, should be a lateral, and then you have to fall down to take this ball, and then for this player. In between and front is 6, in between and back is 1. The same in this situation. In between and front and in between and back. So what happens when the serve is coming from, when the serve is this one, when the serve is coming from 1, from 5, So if the service coming from 5, we do the same. We take the players, we put the players together. I like, do whatever you want. I like to put the players together, and then the line is different. Okay, let's do like this. Like this, we do together, control F, /, control V, and then this line change. We do like this, tac. Maybe they are too much, okay? But let's say that now responsibilities are different because the way they cross is like this. In between and from, and in between and back. Okay. Why I do like this? Because I think that if we are going to take this ball, okay, for this one, this ball is too high. It's higher than for this one. For this player that is longer from the ball is coming, this ball is not that high. It's a bit more low position. That's why I think that it's more comfortable, this situation. Okay? So organize your player depending. What we do when we have a 4 receiver. So when we have 4 receiver, there is no defense in reception. What we like to do is to take the players like that. Take the players, and then there is no ladder. Because it's supposed that with 4 receivers, this ball and this ball, they can do like this and they can be at the line. I don't like too much to receive with 4 receivers. I don't like too much. Sometimes it's necessary because there are more space in between. Before we have 2 in between. Now we have 1, 2, and 3 balls in between, and nobody is supposed. But sometimes, some level, BNL, you have to put 4 receivers.
Changes between right and left hand.
In the service here, left-handed, 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 5. Responsibilities are the same. I don't change. I only where the service comes from 1 or from 5. The spin is different, because the spin is lateral, but I don't change. So we did that with the reception, we did the floating, we create a technique, tactic, and philosophy. Okay, let's say like this, because the reception is finished. Okay. We talk about technique, tactic, and philosophy. We have to create something. Then we saw about the float to the 3 receivers from position 1, 3 meters. Then we changed and we said, okay, wow, meter and a half, libero and receiver. Then we said, when the set is coming from 5, okay, who is responsible of the long corner? Then this player 3 meters. Then we move out, we do 2 plus 1, and then we meter and a half. Then this corner, the way we share the spaces. Then we went to the floor, jumping serve, speed serve. The way I put my players, this is different, and the way they have to responsibilities. And then with the 4 receiver, I'm jumping from 5. Okay?
In decision, you play with 4 receivers, depends on your opposite level of reception or the other side power.
Of course, it depends. But sometimes you need to survive. And there is a chaos. Even if the opposite is not good, I show. Only to make the server. Imagine there is a server serving here. There is a server serving 6-1 like a bomba, boom, and there is no way to solve it. Okay. Maybe you say, what 4 are going to put the opposite here if they are setting here too much. Why? Because maybe you put the opposite, even if this, you make the server think, and maybe you change and say, opposite. And then you change, you try to go opposite, maybe you can change the speed. Normally they change the speed. But it has to be like a solution, like sometimes depending the opposite reception has to throw a coin. You know, when you throw a coin, you see the coin flipping and you say. But if you want to solve a problem, I had a big problem because it's sitting in YouTube. There is a record of Stanley Clayton. Stanley Clayton, opposite from USA. We were playing in my home city. I was head coach, playing Belgorod. It was Belgorod. Yeah, I think it was Belgorod. European competition, champion. He made like 6 aces in a row. So it was at his prime. He was in Russia. He was like winning million, and then he did six aces in a row. I did everything. 2 timeout, finish. I changed the libero, impossible. I changed 2 reserve. 2 reserve, the libero, and 2 timeout. And I put 4 reserve. So I took my pocket, and I throw everything, 2 timeout, nothing.
What did you go?
I changed the libero.
You had to go in and
No. Attacking. 2 timeout, I changed the 2 reserve, I changed the libero, and I put 4 reserve. Because no way. Because he was selling 5 in 1 anyway. I give everything. It's like, you have to wait, he made mistake. At this level, I'm talking about Clayton. Okay? But sometimes it's something that you change something, and the opponent try to change, and then you can have we can have the thing. Okay? Let's go to block. 4 hours, anybody? I will go faster. No, don't stress. Don't stress. I will go faster. I will go much faster. Much faster. Because we are going to finish. We finish 1 hour, 11:30, right? No, 4. 11:15. 1 hour. Sí. Sí. Okay, about the blog. Let's say, create your keywords, your codes for the player. What is important for me at the blog? For me, leg first. Okay, we're going to block, but leg has to move first. Because at the end, arms is important. First.
maybe you can say that before we make any kind of movement in volleyball, that you will legs.
This is something that you have to put in the players' head, and they have to repeat themselves.
In every situation,
Imagine the setters. The setter, they have to move. If they don't reach, it's going. A fast setter is not good. You know, a small setter, they are not good because they are small. When the ball is outside of the net. They are good because when the ball moves, they are faster and they get on the ball before the 2 meter setter. That's why we have to coach a tall setter for coordination, speed, mobility, and all. Okay, so
אתה זורק לפני שאתה עושה צעד.
we talk about the technique in block. Let's first, something that I have to know fast. Arm and hands extension, so there is no discussion. Full extension, pull arm, open hands, finish. And then you have to add something else. Tactic, cover spaces. They have to know that they have to cover spaces. They are not always there to touch the ball. Sometimes what they have to do is to say, to be on the line, say, I'm the line. If they see the ball inside, okay, I am the line. My coach told me to close the line. I'm going to stay like this. I'm going to keep the position. And then the line is going to be covered. Because there is nobody at the line. It's me. Okay? And then you can have whatever you want. Many things to add. Okay? I'm sure you are thinking what to add. About philosophy, good technique helps a lot to avoid mistakes. Okay, with a good technique you can block better. See, yes, for sure. But with a good technique, 100% you are going to avoid mistakes. You know, when you move to inside, when you open the hands, when you open the hands relation with the neck. Okay?
Discipline here is the most important.
Respect the system. There is a system for the different for the block that we have to understand. And understand the competence, be smart. If they told you to do something, be smart, do something. Be smart. If the attacker cannot spike, what for? Are you jumping like this? If the spiker is lower than you. Okay? So create your technique, tactic, and philosophy depending on your something that we are going to do later, that is a sign communication. We are going to watch only, I have more, but we are going to do later 4 situations for this. 4. Those 4 situations, I'm going to explain fast, is position 4 jumping, so imagine we serve, and we are going to tell the players 1, 2, 3, and 4. This season I have this, and this, and this, and some other shit. But the idea is to create a sign language, where you tell the players what to do, and when the serve is coming, everybody at the block, they know exactly what they have to do. And you don't have to scream. Sometimes you scream a lot. But I like, if I do like this to my needle, you have to export the information to the wing blockers, and they know that he's open, that he jumps, he stays, he moves. Okay. This situation is easy. Let's say 1, because they are going to do later. 1 is position 4, wait till the end. When the setter is going to set, he jumps with the middle, and middle and position 2, they block directly to position 4. This is 1. Okay? 2. Let's see, like this is going to be maybe more easy to watch. This is 1. We wait. The explanation of this is more complex, because when I tell my blockers, stay in a neutral position, and when the parabola of the reception starts to go down, then we can move. Because the setter, what they do? Normally the setter, okay, you can say the Checo or Mati Sanchez or some top setter, they can watch the middle till the last millisecond. Normally the setter stop watching the middle when the reception starts to go down. So there is a reception, the ball is moving, moving, the setter starts to watch, and when the ball starts to go down, the parabola finish going down, then they focus on the ball and they take decision. With Matias, Sanchez, and so on. Okay? Somebody, Israel, they watch a lot.
I'm not sure if you watch too much, maybe you are less precise. You can leave the blocker with a spiker without block, but the ball is not good. I don't think if you see every time the setter will see what the middle blocker is doing, we always spike it without block. It's not happening. So they don't really see or watch every single time. And when the checker sometimes looks and makes a splendid set, and then the ball is not good.
That's why we have to coach the player.
Precision before.
Just don't like Argentinian setters. It's not precise enough.
Yeah,
That's why.
But the idea is that we have to coach our setter to look to the other side. They have the only thing that they have to do. There is one thing to do, to set where is not the middle, or try that the middle is left.
No, it's a Jacobson. He played in Israel. The Danish. He does it amazing. Look to the other side. He waits a really long time before he turns to the ball.
The thing is that when I coach my player, I force them to watch. But the idea is that they can watch at the beginning, but they cannot watch at the end. It's an ability that I was yesterday watching the practice.
הציור הזה
Israel, and the two setters,
אז לא הבנת למה.
and the one was in Cannes,
אני רואה פה
he
פוזישן
was
פור ג'אמפס,
not always,
זה
but he was
פוזישן פור
trying to
שלנו,
pay
הוא
attention.
קפץ על הקצה.
The other one, the
Press
young,
forward.
18 years old,
הלך
he
עמדה.
was like, okay, good energy, more fresh,
זה מה
good
שאני רואה.
friends. But the other one in blue,
אבל הוא עוד באמצע.
light blue, he was sometimes paying attention and something else.
מה קורה?
Okay, about the block. Some situation, 4 situations we are going to do today.
שניים קופצים.
Position 4 is jumping, and then 2 blockers to position 4. Next, we do the opposite side. Setter opposite is jumping, and then middle and 4, they block back. Next, easy, we do individual. This is free. Individual, so middle jumps directly, and then they move. And then one more, that is this one. There is no middle. No middle, and then when the setter is going to set, position 4, he runs, cross, and middle, he runs in position to block position 4. At other level, there are more. I have 7, 8, like sometimes it's even
In what situation you do this?
In this one situation, we do this. When I want to press the position 4, I forget middle and 5. And I want that the opposite is still one and one. No, this one, this play is one on one with the opposite. I forget about the middle, and then I have to be fast ball to position 4.
עשה בשנה שעברה, ככה שיחקו כל המשחק.
Yeah, sometimes we throw the coin. It depends on the study, the stats, and everything.
Oh, we saw an example of Brazil doing this yesterday against
כל
USA.
השנה, כל המשחק.
Same.
דוד הלכה
זה
בשנה.
בדיוק מה שהם
לא
עשו.
עניין.
כן,
מה?
זה לא מה...
אתה לא היית כזה.
Some situations, okay, yes, they don't play like this. The idea is to make the stay together, win position, and then move. And sometimes imagine, middle, they change the middle make a mistake.
You play a commit in the middle? Or this commit?
This is good.
Plus commit?
No.
When you say that
When I say that,
you go commit,
see, full. If I go free,
so spot.
they go open, and the middle is full. If I say 4, then when the setter is going to touch, then they do like this and they just
Immediate. No
No,
smart,
no,
no
no,
free,
no.
just go to the right.
no, directly. If they play with the middle, the point is finished. And I said that last season, I create that with the hand signs, because you know David Smith, middle blocker from USA, was with me his second season in Europe. He was in Armenia, and you know he's deaf. He cannot listen. He has a thing, and he can listen like a short percent. So in the game, I was trying because he cannot read my lips in English. My lips are not good to read. So I created with him like a simple hand language to give him some communication. Thanks to that, I created the most more complex. Even this is a simple way of a system of communication that I have that is a bit more complex. Okay. So those 4 situations we are going to do later in the practice. And then you will have here like two more if you want to add something else. About the blocking signs, because once that I tell my players, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, they know what to do. There is a moment that you have as a coaches for the season, in the playbook, you have to establish what do you call when you block the line. I call 0, 1, or 2. 0 is the line close, is this situation. We don't talk about the difference. 0 is line close. 1 is one space for one defender. 1 space for one defender. And 2 is 1 space 4 to defend. And then you can choose if you put. You can choose if you choose to put this player
לא לפתות מהם.
inside. You can keep this player at the line. You can bring. Let's say. No glasses. Now you can choose. If you bring 2 players to this position, because it's exactly the same that we do in position 4, for this attack in position 4, and the same that we do in position 2 or position 1. Okay? But the idea is 0, 1 or 2, 0, lines close, 1 ball for 1 defender, and 2, 1 ball for possible 2 defenders. Okay? And then it's yours, you can change to that. Normally they do like this, you can choose whatever hand signs that you want. With the defense, you have to do the same. You have to create exactly the same with the defense. About the different techniques, tactics and philosophy. Choose your keywords. I will read fast. Technique. 3 important things. Low position, you are free from block. You see the spiker, you need to have a low position. Position 4, position 5. If you are in the diagonal, I need to have a low position because I have to be fast with the lateral. Low position. If you are in position 6 and you are behind the block, you cannot be that low. You need to have a high position, like an active position to move. And these 2 positions for me are important, low or high. And then pumps up, to show it. When you turn your pants up, you show more space, more base, and then from this position, I like to leave. 3 things for technique: low position, high position, or pants up. That you want to add something different, that there are other things important. Absolutely. Tactic. About the tactic, watch the other side. If you are indifferent, what's happening? That the ball is in the other side. What I say, don't watch the ball. Stop watching the ball. Because the ball don't give information. The ball gives information at the beginning. If you are indifferent, somebody's going to attack. And if somebody's going to attack, it's because somebody said. At the beginning of the set, it's enough. You don't need to keep watching the ball. And one big mistake of the players is that sometimes they are surprised because they are watching the ball. I say, watch the spiker because he's the one who is going to decide if you are there, in this position, and the ball is here. You know, the ball is coming, has to be a tip, has to be an external rotation. If you are in front of the spiker, you know the ball can be faster. So watch the spiker to get more information. Use the block as reference to choose your position and to choose what part of the system you have to be. And about philosophy, choose your philosophy. What I like to say, and to repeat, is that in defense, every defense is a victory. Celebrate the defense. Even sometimes during the point, celebrate the difference. Be inside the system. There is a system, like I said before here. There is a system. Respect the system. Be inside the system. And then fine. That should be like simple. For we talk about philosophy in defense. Okay? Let's move on. And then we go directly to organize the player. How do we organize the player? This is my starting position. Okay? So there is this player is meter and a half, meter and a half, meter and a half, meter and a half for position 1, and from the line of those meter and a half, 2 meters more, and put position 6. This is standard. So my teams, before start, they have this position. It's not formal, it's this position. There is only one change, that when the people complex, that when there is a shoot, in the other side there is a shoot, and the middle is not following, then this player moves one lateral. Okay? And then you have to establish will not do this one. Check. You have to establish how to defend when the ball is one-on-one at the wings. Okay? I will do it fast. The way I do it, and the way I establish is, I put a player on the line, near the line, touching the line. I keep 6 exactly in the center of the court. Exactly, they don't move. 5. You take position 5 for the short diagonal and position 4 as far as they can get. But this player, 6 in the center and 5 for the short diagonal is a standard. If the ball is in 1-on-1. It's the way I do it. Okay? Then what we do when the ball is double, when we have a double block. Okay? When we have a double block, it's say that middle have time to reach. So position 4 should have time to be at the diagonal. And then position 5 has to be at the corner. Position 1 position 1 has to be in a position. What I do, female teams, I put it near the 3-meter line, and male teams, I put it like a bit more far. They can cover more space. General, okay? And then position 6, I put with a question mark because it depends. Okay, it depends the position of the spiker. And now my teams, they know one big mistake when I have a team is that this player, I don't know why they go here. Don't ask me why. And there is a fight for me because he needs to cover space, and this is the way. But take the PowerPoint. Choose. Okay, 1-on-1, we do like this. Then double block. If we are double block, we have to be here. We have to be here. We have to be here, and then those two play. And be strict. Try to be strict. What we do with 3 blockers, the same that we are doing in position 4 is the same organization for position 2 or opposite. Okay? So what to do with 3 blockers? But with 3 blockers, I have 2 systems. One system is 3 blockers, this player here, as I said, this player here in the short diagonal, and then this player depending the approach. If we have a player open, maybe I put 6 there. If the approach is from inside of the court, or position 4, then we do like this. But I have a different system that is 3-1-2 that I do. Because in this situation, I have only one player for the long rebound. There is only one player for the ball touch the finger. Okay. So I need that this player have to read the situation. But I have one more system for this situation with 3 blockers that is the center opposite. Take the center of the court, center of the court, position 6, 6-1, and position 5, 6-5. This is a different organization that I use for high. Like this, I know that if there is a long rebound 6-1 or there is a long rebound 6-5, I have to practice the position for the long rebound. And I know, and I tell this player that he has to take all the tips. Yes, all the tips. So he has to take this one and this one. I have to choose the player who I do this. It's not standard. Okay? For example, opposite from Israel, in position 2. It's approach, high and hard, of course. So, an organization with king in position 2, imagine I'm not. I saw him one day. Sorry. One organization should be line close, then position one in the center of the court, watching, and then this player could be like this, and this player in the approach, and long. High ball organization for the opposite of it. Because it's so high, so hard, and I was watching yesterday, it was hitting the hands, and long rebounds, and it's so hard to put only one player. If he's over, it's finished. There's nothing to do. But it's so difficult for players like this to choose only one player, to choose, in this case, 6, only one player that he has to be always in the position for the long rebound. For a player like this, I take 2 players for the long rebound. 2 players. I was lucky to have a Radisson. You know Radisson?
Yeah.
It's a position 4 from USA when they won the Olympics in
2008,
Beijing, right? And after that, after the Olympics, he went to Turkey, and he was fired for any reason, and he came to Almeria. He was fired for the same reason, but this is a different story that I have to tell with a coffee or gin tonic. Nice story. But USA was defending in the Olympics, those Olympics, like this. And like this. Yeah? In this Olympic, when the attacking was in 2 or 4, and if there is no block, the position 2 was here too. Everybody was lost. Okay. And block, they have good blockers, high blocker, good technique. And they were defending like this. And I asked, if they defend like this, who take the team? And I said, when I did the question, I said, okay, this player take this tip, this player take this tip, and then this player take this tip. And he said, no. In the US national, when they won the Olympics, he said, no. This tip is for everybody. I said, no, really. You are closer. If you are closer, I said, no. If you do like this,
Always questions.
yeah, if you do like this, what happened? That if he sees the ball before him, he will say, it's not me, it's you. And he told me, the first to see the tip, he runs. Why? Because maybe imagine, to exaggerate, imagine that this player, he sees the tip because he saw the shoulder before. So, if he sees the tip, he has to run before this. They don't say, I saw the tip, it's yours. They saw the run. But they need a long position. Okay, so we saw for the block the way that we have to block. 1-on-1, double block, and flip blocker with differences. What we do with attack, okay? What we do with attack is something like this. We talk about technique. High contact, something that high contact. You have to repeat to force the players not go here to try to go higher. Push, take the ball high. Choose shoulder rotation. Don't go straight. You are responsible for your rotation. When I say shoulder rotation, I talk about this, that we call external, or like this, that we call internal rotation. Okay? So choose the rotation, and then the tempo. Tempo is important. Tempo in the air, fast ball. This timing of you and the ball in the air when you decide to move the shoulder and attack. Okay? About the tactic, think that fast is important. Faster. Something that we have to repeat a lot. Make a good decision and always call the ball. Call the ball. Quick, super, 5, A, B, C. We're going to watch some sequence. Our philosophy, make the point. Do everything to make the point. If you have a goal, you have to make a goal. There is like really short situation, like really small situation, when you have to disturb or when you have to place the ball. But if you have the ball, you have to win the ball. Think to win the ball. And then you have to do a transition. Don't walk back to go from fight, going back, to go faster from. Be aggressive. Solve the problem. When the ball is not good, solve the problem. Don't think that the center has to do before or the middle has to do better. And be smart. I mean, be smart for everything, even for working. Okay. So this is something that we try to repeat. Let's move on. Next. Then we talk about details, about this middle, 3 fixed middle. Then there is push, double back, 100 or 1,000. These are free business. But what we can full control, that is important, is the shoot. We say ALA or 7 or shoot. Right? That is always 2 meter inside. And it's so easy to count. You know, the square of the net are 10 centimeters each, right? You count 20 is 2 meters. Sorry for the maths, easy maths. It's simple. Then there is one call, that is always related to the player. And then there is 9, what I call 9, or whatever, can be 9, can be 2, that is 2 meters inside and back. For those 3 situations, my meter, they have full control. And then the extra is the double push. This is the push or the double back, or whatever call they have. Okay? And this should be like the standard for them to understand. What else? If we talk about the speed at the wings, the speed at the wings is like position 4, 2, or 9. So position 4 opposite, attacking position 9 or 1 is choose the top of the antenna. You see here the top of the antenna as the relation, as the reference of the speed. Choose a name for the fastball. Imagine quick. How do you call the hyper fastball? There is a name here, like everybody says. Shoot.
Yeah.
Fast. Can be any ball. Imagine quick. Let's say quick. Quick. So the ball has to fly under the top of the antenna. Then it's quick. Because if you want to establish something that the player, because this is at the beginning of the season, they have to start to take the reference of understanding the timing. A good reference is the top, because the antennas are always there. If the FIU, they don't change the rules, I hope. You never know. Under the antenna is quick, and over the antenna is super. In my team, every ball has a different name. Every ball. The ball behind, imagine is blue. Can be blue, red, car, cheese, whatever. But every ball needs to have a different name. And for me, this is important. Recall the ball and take the reference of the quality for the reception. So if you want to ball quick, understand that the quality of the reception should be, like we said here, the quality of the reception should be in system. And then, starting in this position, then will be some things that, when the ball is here, they can call quick. But if they go quick, they have to go that. Have to fly like this, cannot be like this. But it's going to be easy taking the top of the antenna as a reference. We watched today. I don't know the quality, I saw some videos, the quality of the setters, but it's okay. You are going to see that watching the top of the antenna to choose if the ball was super or if the ball was quick. Okay, quick, super, 3 calls for the wings, quick, super, or high and alta. Why I go high and alta? Super fast. I did it only in position 4, and in the last 2 seasons I had nice and perfect and beautiful high ball set. For me, perfect. Anyone has this high ball? For me, it's this one. High. When you set the high ball, the ball has to be inside and near the net. Inside and near, of course, and
הוא
near
רוצה
the
את
net.
הכדור.
There is no difference between this ball or
The high
this
ball.
ball or this ball. The ball has to be, let's say, to the field. Okay?
This one is the right side,
See, it's inside, inside.
but close to the net, even though the, let's say the opposite is the right hand, still you want pushing the ball to the net.
Pushing the ball to the net to play with the ball. What I think high ball, the minimum, the only difference is that you're going to have 3 blockers or 2. It's difficult to attack a high ball outside of the block. Then maybe you can fight. The block is not there, so you can fight here. But what I did in the last 2 seasons, only in position 4, I had 1 more high ball. Okay? And it was this.
מעניין.
When is that?
This happened when I did it because I was having problems with the high ball. The percentage was really low because it was under 40. And 40% of high ball, you are not solving the problem. So I was start to do a ball that was close and here, like this. You force the player to attack from the corner to inside. What the thing? That you cannot have the same approach because to attack this ball, if you attack the high ball, there are many different ways. Okay, some players start here, some coaches. I like here. This is a good point where to
High ball
start
on the net?
high attack this high ball. I don't know how many points, but around this area is a good area.
Doesn't depend where the set is coming from.
Okay. If the ball is coming from this area, you have to be more.
Yeah.
But from any other position, it's open 3 meters or more from the net, and to this approach. But
Nothing to attack.
that for this ball.
Yeah.
Some coaches they like this approach, but for me it's more complex to see the ball and to see the dip. What I like for attack this ball, okay, if the ball is coming from here, you need to open here or here, depending if you have time. The thing is that if you attack this high ball, we change this approach or this approach. So different approaches for 2 different fighters. The thing is that when we play the ball this inside, the block is lost. When I take my blockers, if the ball is my block, I'm blocking the high ball. If the ball is near net, here, this is high ball. So I set, and the ball is here, middle has to be always front. But if the ball is off the net, then they have to be shoulder to shoulder with the wing block. And a way to solve, if you don't have a good percentage, you can change the position, and then you will see how easy they can fight in the long run. You need players who can set the ball, and you need players who can attack. And to win the ball with the difference. Female no, because female with this distance, that far, and the quality of the libero, this ball is too easy. It's too easy. Libero has so much control, and this ball is too easy. It's so far from it.
It's important to say that although your philosophy is that the ball has to be there, you had a problem. And the way to solve it is to change a little bit what you would like to do, because for the players that you have, you must play a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, the change happened because you were not successful.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yeah, exactly.
In this team.
In this team, in the last 2 seasons, I was not having a good percentage, so I tried to solve it with something tactical.
Change the place of the setting
Of the setting to make the set players. If don't start in this position, to start here, to find more easy the diagonal. Because sometimes we find players with they run like this with a good external rotation, but they can't find the diagonal. Or players, or they cannot run directly. And with this approach, if you have players who can attack straight, you will find easy the diagonal. I don't know if you try to do
this solution, you put it in your playbook before, or you, so now next year, when you know that you're gonna, maybe you're gonna use it also next year with another team, you're gonna put it in the playbook as an option, or you continue with your playbook and because you can play with the, put inside many options and practice everything. You use whatever you need, so you put it in your playbook.
It's something so special that I keep it in my pocket. And I don't use it. And if necessary,
why? Because you don't want to know that it's an option or what?
No, because
why not showing it and then practice it?
From the beginning.
It's an option.
From the beginning. Normally I call this high and this called alta, because in Spanish high is alta, and there are two different codes. So use it at the beginning. Why not?
To give it then as an option, so everyone is practicing. If it happened 1 year, it can happen another.
But you know what happened when I did that? That the team knew that we were having a problem. Then I said, guys, we have this option that I throw from my pocket, and they said, fuck, we are going to solve the problem. So it was like we could not solve it, and now with this, it's like this is like
everything is solving problem. Why are you choosing a block like this? Solving a problem that you know that can happen when you play very fast and very fast. So it's a lot of options that you need to practice. So you add it to your playbook as much by things that you
could be. Yeah, see why not? I have not seen yet.
No, you consider this as an emergency?
This is an emergency for the season. Like, at the moment, I use it only 2 seasons. And I use it as an emergency. I don't know if there is anything playing too high ball. Maybe, for sure. So that's why it's something that I'm still testing. I found good situation. There are some players who can do it, but can be interesting. That's why I didn't do from the beginning. Vámonos. Next. The use of the pipe. I have 2 situations, 2 different systems to use the pipe. This is the simple ones. Okay, how to play in the center back of the court. Is to play, we call ABC. ABC. It's simple. Like ABC. Okay? Like A near the B is near the center, C is near position 5, and A is near position.
Split it from the middle, from the first tempo attack, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. There is only one situation. I don't do like this. I do. It's a bit more complex because I choose the center as attacker. But something standard that many people do is ABC. There is only one more that is, let's say, over, that they do like this. Is when the middle is 1, the position 6 has to jump more than his left shoulder. So the middle jump and the ball goes to the left shoulder of the middle block. If there is a shoot, it doesn't matter, because if there is a shoot, if there is a shoot or a 7, the middle is going here, okay, they can have to call A or B depending the position of the 7. Okay?
It's something that you need to call, it's not inside, so
No.
it doesn't. It's something that the pipe need to call or the center? Center call it, so it's built in.
Normally, it's a standard. They call shoot the 7, and the player, the 7 is the center of the court. But sometimes the reception moves. That's why I say we have always to recall the ball. Because maybe the reception, player, the center calls 7, and the center is not here, center is here, then you have to go A to play the ball behind. Okay? In my system, I do a bit different because I take the center as reference. And it's 1 meter front and 1 meter back. This is the way I use the pipe. But this could be a simple way to use the attack in the center of the court. Okay? And about the attack is finished.
But you speak about where is the approach, or it's about the setter. If the setter is more to the left, it's coming. The pipe is coming, far from the setter, the same range from the setter, or in the place on the court, like in the middle, a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right.
With this
You
system,
understand what I'm asking?
in this system is this, is ABC. And ABC are spaces on the floor. So if you go A, the ball is over there.
Doesn't matter where the setter is.
Exactly. If you go D, it's here, and you go C. So the thing is, when the setter is moving, if you want, if the setter is near C, you can call B or A. And then the ball is here or there. Okay? The way I do it is different. The way I do it. Because I take the setter, as reference. And the setter is going to touch the ball. Okay. When the ball is, if they go max, it's 1 meter and a half front. And if they go back, it's 1 meter and a half back. And if they go pipe, it's exactly center, the rapid of the ball. But if they go max, the center, they don't think. They touch the ball from, doesn't matter the position. Why? Because sometimes the center is here. If they hear max, the ball is here. The center is here. If they go max, the ball is here.
Plus, minus, and
See, people say plus minus. Like the max back, there is a plus minus.
But wait, I'll stop.
So, if they want to play behind, the center is here. If they go back, then they set directly 1 meter back. It's more simple for the setter that they have to think many things. They hear back, they do tack, tack, they touch the ball behind. And the spike has to be there. And then the difficult thing is for the receiver to understand the setter position and to call the ball as fast as they can. Because maybe imagine the center is here, and then you can call or back or max. And to take the choice, normally what I say is that if there is an opposite in blue, this play is tending to be open. Then if the center is here, opposite in blue, call back to find this angle.
play like this when it's more easy after in a transition game. Maybe the six is in the corner or somewhere, and then if the relationship with the middle it's more difficult. So we call what he can come or what he see.
I prefer like this. For me, it's simple for the center because they run, they hear back, and they jump, and they do like this. They don't have to. They don't have to try to understand the play. It's peaceful for me. Tactical. So normally my fight is not with the center. My fight is with the side, with the spikes.
Of course. Too lazy, don't want to come.
They don't want to fall. So for the service, technique, tactic, and philosophy. Technique, what is important for the technique? And the serve. For example, fast approach. I hate floaters walking. When they do go float, they are walking to serve. I say, run, fast approach. Jump serve is easy. Jump serve, you toss the ball, and then you know that you have to jump to attack this ball. But for the float, it's the same. If you are going to float, you run, but don't walk, run. Normally we see this. And for me, it's important that fast approach and contact the ball inside. Contact the ball inside the court. Float or jump serve, of course, float the same. And for me, these two things, the technique is important. But the high is important. See, relax, it's important. But maybe not like in the attack. Because with the parabola, you can solve the parabola.
If you take it nice.
You can do things. I saw server tossing the ball in the air, like to the sky.
This is idle.
Eh?
This is idle, and then go like this.
I mean, I saw jump server tossing the ball in the sky, not too tall, no, but they were a good server.
A little more.
See? Yes or no? You know it? What I'm talking about. Tossing the ball in the sky, and then they were jumping, and they were attacking, and he was not in the sky. He was like maybe not under the net, but they have a good attack. Yes. So, technique, choose your keywords. Tactic. For the tactic, I have three kinds of serve. Root serve, safe serve, root serve, and risk. And everybody has to understand there is a safe serve that with this serve I don't make mistake. And then independent of quality, you have a good technique, then your serve will not be like this. You have a bad technique, maybe your serve has to be over than 10. But everyone has to understand is safe serve, 0% mistake inside.
Root meaning what?
Huh?
By root, what do you mean? Right root.
Root. Yeah, I give it. Yeah, safe is the 0% mistake. Okay. It doesn't matter. Root serve is like a high root. It's something that you have to use frequently with a short mistake. So it's a serve that you can pressure the opponent, but the mistake is low, near 10%. Okay, and then the risk serve. And everybody has to practice the risk serve, where then you can accept your percentage that you want. I have a special way to do it. It's not one mistake, one ace. It's not like this. What I like to do is one mistake, and then in the other side has to be something that is off the net. Mistake is related with something, it's not with the mistake and ace. It's mistake and perception of the net. For me, it's enough. Can be at the same time. But it's a bit more confident. But now, choose your players. Tell your players to have a serve with no mistake, a serve that they can pressure with a short mistake, and a risk serve to like really pressure the reception. Use variation. Everybody has to jump serve, then you have a jumper, then they need to have a float serve or hybrid serve. And about tactic, watch the receivers. When the players they go there, they bounce the ball. Hey guys, look front. You need to have a game plan for sure. Or you need to see the receiver maybe two front or maybe two back. Maybe there is a line of reception where you are going to make a jump serve, and then you see the line of reception that is here, that is two back. Then maybe you can change to a short serve. Maybe before a start, you can see the players that they are here already, and then you have a free space where you can spin the ball in that side. So I tell my players, watch to the other side. And about philosophy, be aggressive. No bomba before 10. No bomba before 10. I took it from, the playbook of Noriko. Yeah. I copy it already. I have to. I copy and I put it in my playbook the season later. That's why I said that the playbook they are growing up. Okay? So no bomba before 10. For point 10, you don't go 0-0, 2-2, boom, boom. Guys, easy. Let's play, let's see how they play, let's see what they want to do. Be smart, that I said, be smart even for working. Not to mistake your role, and no risk, I took it from Castellani too, no risk if we are winning +5. When I say no risk if we are winning +5, imagine 15-20, we have +5, it's okay. But maybe you have a good server that the opposite. Serving is something free. But for the big percent of the players, +5, no risk. as a main philosophy, okay? And then for the players, for the server, I use those. For the floating serve and for the jumping serve. Okay? For the floating serve, the white line, those three lines are you have to point the receiver. You have to serve exactly in the receiver, like this you know is going to touch the ball. And then the orange or this big red line is to serve in between. And a floater should not only serve to 1, 6, and 5. This is like maybe under junior, under 15, 16, but more than 16, they need to serve to the receiver and exactly in between. So I use two receiver, I need to coach my players, they have to serve in between receivers and short. For the jump server, they need to change to short, they need to know, and to serve in the two seams between the receivers. When I told my players, try to serve, fast serve in between, and like this the ball will be lateral. That's why I have my system so close, because I want to avoid those mistakes in between receivers. Okay? Free ball. About the free ball and down ball. How to organize, I will go super fast through this, super fast. How to organize my team when there is a free ball coming. Okay? How to organize my team when the free ball coming and the opposite is second line. Okay. If the opposite is second line, faster, you go faster like this. Opposite is second line, we do like this. We take the libero in one side, we take receiver. Taking this ball, we take the setter. Of course, setter, they don't take the free ball. I take the receiver, position 4, stay on the court, and I take the middle in the center of the court. Okay? If I have the opposite in position 2, I put, yes, see Charlie, I do it. I put the opposite to take the free ball, short in position 2. Position 4, he covers the space. Setter, he has to run, he doesn't take the free ball. Middle, take the center of the court. Let's say libero take this half, and the receiver take this ball. The difference between this, that is opposite second line, and the opposite second line, okay, and the opposite in 2, sorry, it's outside, is that I want that when there is a free ball coming, this player is at the pipe. I don't want to lose. I don't want to send. I don't want to send my opposite outside because I want to have a second line. And for the opposite, it's easy. They have to take this ball, they pass the ball, and then they open. Okay? There are many different ways to do it. Choose your position, but you need to have something. You need to have an idea. You need to write it in a PowerPoint. You have to show the player, and you have to repeat daily. Okay? Everything changes when the ball is coming from magic. There is a free ball coming from here, somebody's setting, okay, we do like this. But when there is a free ball coming from here, and somebody is going to pass the ball, then libero, take the center, and libero, take everything. Okay?
This is first. Libero can take the ball, and then
libero is God. He said, money, everybody move. This one, opposite back. This is the big question on discussion, always. For me, it's a
I send the libero to the right and the passer to the left.
change the
Send the libero to the middle and to the right, and pipe, spiker and pipe go to the left. So if the option in offense, and the libero take everything.
Then you have the pipe.
Then I have my gender and the opposite that you know just because sometimes I push the ball and the opposite go inside, so it's not an option. So I want him to give the basket and I totally go.
This is an option, it's a way to solve it. For me, what I do is opposite, of course, opposite is back, take nothing, and then I take this player, that he is responsible of this ball, this position 6. I don't like to send the middle, because I want my middle important in attack, okay? And for me, it doesn't matter if position 6 is not attacking the pipe, if I still can have free. Some teams, what they do is that the middle from this position, it has to take the free ball here, and then the transition becomes more difficult. First, middle, they are suspicious.
Immediately you aim the ball on the middle and then just
Normally, this one is the most conflict. But choose the way I do it is like this. In this situation, middle take the center of the block, stay in the center of the block, to take his ball front. This player, okay, he will not attack the pipe if there is a ball there. Sorry. He's gonna take this half, all this half, and then he did throw a ball in position 2. I prefer receiver with a good technique, having the ball, and the ball is perfect. Everybody play better than the middle. This is a tricky question. Thank you.
Maybe explain why in your opinion
Why? Normally, they are not starting. The starting position is this one. So from this position, the middle has to move to take this ball. And I think that the quality on the contact, they are not so good as a receiver. And then they have to be the first every time. And then you move from this position, and then you have to touch the ball. And then you have to be on time. Can create some uncomfortable for them.
Is it something that after 2-3 months of practice should be more fluid?
See, could be. But I prefer that my middle are free. The way I prefer it. The middle are free, they take a short space, they take this ball in front, finish, and they don't have to move. Because I want my middle to be on time. And I know that the quality of the pass, if they take this player, position 6, receiver, and this player that it should be libero, I hope it's libero, it's not the other middle, they are going to have a better quality with the contact. Okay? But choose your position, choose the player, and then place as you want. For the down ball, what is a down ball? A down ball happens when the opponent team is going to attack, and you don't want to block. Imagine, there is a high ball, the ball is off the net, the spiker is front, then the set is back, he has to make a correction, he's jumping. Yesterday they were doing down ball, Itamar, in the practice. There was some situation that he was starting without, they have to pass a free ball, or he was tossing the ball 4 or 5 meters, and they were attacking. In those situations, the way that I do is the player stay at the net. Any player at the line can be in position 4 and position 2. Any player at the line, they have to move to inside. 6, let's say 6, stay in the center of the ball. They don't balance.
Who is calling the down ball? Who is calling the down ball?
The down ball is the same when the opponent is an alpha, is a libero. The libero. No, for the alpha is the libero. For the down ball, position 6.
6 call?
6. I did 2 different things for this. There was position 6, because libero is in 5, they don't change much the situation. Libero in 6. Libero, sorry, 5. Libero in 5, they don't change too much the situation. Position 4, they have to move outside 3 meters. Let's say they do like this. And normally, when the ball is high, position 6 is the one who has to choose
or right or left. So he decided not to block, and he has to be in the center. There is a second movement that is the middle. On the middle, they do like this. They open their arms and they touch the shoulder of the blockers to avoid jumping. There are two places. Middle, they do like this, and position 6.
But you tell them to stay on the net and not try to go back and over.
They have to stay at the net, to wait for the attack, and then they have to step back. And after the attack. Huh?
The time.
It's 5 slides.
You said that 15, no? You 17.
50.
You pressed it.
You say 50.
No, 15.
You pressed me 2 minutes. I'm finishing. About recycling. Something that is an exercise that we're not going to do today. We are near to finish. What we are going to do is like be patient till we can play fast. So the first problem with I call replay too. When we have a replay, we say, guys, high ball replay. And they make a replay and the next ball is boom. No. Replay till the situation is comfortable. So no rush, use the middle, use the bar, use the pipe, and calm down. Sometimes I think it's doing good with the replay, it's a good organization. The one is doing the replay, he's good doing the replay, so you don't need to make a replay and win the point. Make a replay and find a good situation, and it's better fast in the other side. We will use it today. Let's see if we can do it. And there is a system for the replay. As I said, in a good situation. Good situation, 3 players near for the short rebound and 2 players for the long rebound. So 1, 2, 3 for the short rebound and 2, 6 and position 2 for the long rebound. Okay? What else about the playbook? I used to tell my players that I do this. I record some practice, and when I record, I send them. Okay. Of course, after every game, I send them the video of his action, full video of the game, and then all the action, all his serve, attack, defense, all the contacts by skill. I send them to the player. But it's something interesting that I do with the team is that I send them this. This is a PDF that I send by WhatsApp. We send to the players, and then this is an exercise from last summer. I was coaching under 21 national team, and I have to say I have a nice staff. My technical staff was like super good, and I did a lot of things. So in this practice, I have 7 parts. So what the assistant coach they do, they take the videos in YouTube, they put the video in YouTube, and then the players only clicking at the play. If they click at the play, directly they can watch only this part of the practice. Because if you send the full video, it's okay. They can try to go to 6-6, or they can go to see something funny, or they can see some part. But in this situation, what we do is to send the players the video of the practice, so they have to click, and they go directly to the part of the practice. So imagine, in this part of the practice, it was centers sending long distance. Okay? Long distance from something to warm up. Team was warming up, we took the centers, let's say, long distance front, long distance back. We wanted to beat Bulgaria. We were fighting with Bulgaria with Nikolov. You see the Nikolov setting, and you see my setting. I love my settings, okay, I want to say. But we found it. So, in this side, so
When we send this PDF to the players, I'm finished. Don't pressure. No. This is pressure.
You wanna see from
This is
close?
pressure. No, it's pressure. I'm finished. Okay, we do like this, we send the player. Out of pressure.
Holy shit.
Then, for example, it's a 6-6 exercise. So I click, they click here, and they go directly. I'm finishing, and they go to 6-6, and they can see this part of the practice where you see the bar of the. You see this, and they just cut. They go directly to this side. We can see 6-6. Okay, like this with all the part of the practice. Okay, and then to finish with there is something that I call the punisher. For me, I don't believe in the penalties, money penalties. Because some people they don't care, they pay, and for some others they pay for it. So what I have is something easy. So one punisher is that they start here, they do 2 push-ups. They touch the line, come back, 2 push-ups. Touch the line, come back, 2 push-ups. Touch the line, come back, 2 push-ups. Touch the line, come back, and 2 push-ups. This is one punisher. And depending what you did, you have to do 1 punisher, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I know a lot of fitness coaches that walk like
Suicide. Basketball, American basketball.
Yeah, like suicide. But listen, one of the most beautiful things that I saw in my team is because of the why? Because when somebody does something wrong, I let them play with that. So if you did something wrong, that's really wrong, not really wrong, and you have to do 10 push-ups, then the other players can do 2 for you. So there is somebody who does a push-up, and maybe he's going to have friends or whatever. Then okay, I will do 2 for her. And it's good that because they play with that, it's something that they have to a punishment, but they create a team spirit. And in the last part, it's like I need a song. They need a song, they need to have a song. It's a song that you can use in important moments. Maybe a warming up, maybe in the bus, maybe in the locker room. You have to choose one team song. And after that, we finish.
Croatia,
There is the